Hello everybody, I am talking to lots of different people over the coming weeks about how COVID has impacted them. Obviously I'm talking to lots of families in the community because we have many families who were travelling at the time of lockdown. So I'm catching up with them to find out how it's impacted their plans, where they are, what they're planning to do in the future. So I am with Karen today. And Karen and I, we met, didn't we, 2 years ago?
We did.
In St Albans of all places, because Karen had joined the group when she was travelling around the world before, and then settled in St Albans and was living in a caravan with 3 kids. Crazy lady you are, while you were saving up to go on this second big adventure. And when did you set off for this second big adventure?
So we set off in April of last year. We set off from St Albans, went down to Portsmouth, and we were meant to be catching a ferry actually from Portsmouth to Santander. And the morning we were leaving, we got a message from Brittany Ferry saying, just to let you know, your departure port has changed from Portsmouth to Plymouth. So It was meant to be like a 35-minute drive to the port, and then we had a massive 5-hour trek. So that was the start of our journey.
Oh no, didn't bode well.
No.
But what I love about what you've been doing, and you can share some of this, is, and this is a great way actually of saving money and budgeting as you're traveling, isn't it? Is you've been doing workaways and staying on farms. So just tell us a little bit about that and where you've been doing them.
Okay, so all of our projects over the last year have been sourced through Workaway. And basically, Workaway, you find a host, they advertise what they need help with. They offer you a place to stay and they cover your food. So when you're traveling with a family of 5, those are your main expenses covered. We obviously came along with our caravan because trying to accommodate a family of 5 is quite a lot to ask. And I think that's the reason we got so many projects. We've traveled through Portugal, Spain, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, and now we're back in Portugal.
That's amazing. So when you're on these locations, do the kids like pull in and help as well?
Oh yeah, that was the whole point of it. So some of the jobs we've done, we replaced the farmhouse roof actually at our current property where we're staying right now. We helped this lady back in May of last year. We arrived here and she was like, okay guys, we're taking down a roof. So all 5 of us were up on the roof, taking down tiles, massive beams. We were filthy. It was hectic. I've never been so sore in my life. And then the worst part was actually replacing the roof. Yeah, we were all up on the roof, taking down tiles, taking down the wooden beams. Then we had to replace it. Like I said, at that point I'd never worked that hard physically in my life. And the kids were a part of it all. I mean, they've learned to mix cement. They've taken down chimneys with a pneumatic drill. We felled trees. They've driven tractors, dug trenches, looked after every farmyard animal you can imagine.
What? And your eldest is 15, is that right?
Eldest is 16. He was due to be writing his IGCSEs this month.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? That's great life experience, but also, like I said, it's great for the budget as well.
It's fantastic. I mean, I think we were spending, on our own, about £250 a month for a family of 5 plus 2 cats. The rest was all covered. So
that's fabulous, isn't it?
That's pretty good.
And that's sometimes a lot of people, when they're talking about travel with families, they often say, well, I don't have the money or it's too expensive. But actually, if you can live for £250 a month in a different country, have a unique experience all together, that's brilliant.
Yeah, well, this is what we wanted. We couldn't. That's what we thought at the start. We can't afford to do it, and then we had to find a way to work around that. And we came across Workaway, and it's a fantastic project. Because no money exchanges hands. If you ever arrive somewhere and you don't feel comfortable or it's not for you, you don't feel obliged to stay. We only had one experience like that out of 17. So I think that's pretty good odds. And yeah, it's
amazing.
Yeah.
And now, so you did all your traveling, you're now back in Portugal, and you're back in one of the farm stays that you stayed in at the beginning of your trip, is that right? Or towards
That's right.
Trip? So tell us about that, because I'm guessing this is where you were when lockdown started to happen.
That's correct. We were in Bremen in Germany in December, and the lady who owns this farm, she contacted us and she said, I've been offered a job in Colombia. Would you guys consider coming back, looking after the farm, the horses, the dog for a year? And we were quite reluctant at that time because we were enjoying our travels. We were meeting new people. But then we thought, Sebastian's got his IGCSEs coming up. Perhaps we should be in one spot for a while, just give him a chance to settle and actually prepare. So we said yes to 4 months. And we said we'd come back for 4 months, then we'd head to France. We also had a charity trek planned for base camp of Everest. And after that, we were due to return to the farm again. But since we arrived, obviously, everything kicked off. We have been since early in March. We're probably in the best spot we could hope to be. We're not in the caravan. We have a whole farm to ourselves. We have plenty of outdoor space. So I think we're just so grateful that we said yes, and we feel very fortunate.
So you can stay there until December or
February next year if we need
to. Amazing.
Well, to be honest, she has 2 houses on the same property, and we're in regular contact. And she said, "Guys, we don't know what's going to happen, so you stay as long as you need to stay." So
wow,
we're
and very lucky.
But this is a lady we knew for 2 weeks. If that puts it into perspective, the kind of bonds you make on this sort of a trip. So out of anyone she could have asked to look after the house, she basically called strangers. And
isn't that great though, isn't it? And I really think it proves how there's more nice people out there than people. And actually traveling does open up these opportunities, particularly when you're traveling with families, because I think people like it. They trust you probably more in a way, don't they? You've got that, you're a family unit and you're traveling together. So
exactly. But also that's quite a thing to take on as well, when you don't know someone. So when I was approaching these strangers going, "Hi, we're a family of 5 with 2 cats and a caravan," and it's quite a lot to actually take strangers in, that many of them anyway. We've had such amazing experiences. In December, we spent Christmas with a family in Germany, and it was our longest project that we booked ahead of time. It was for a month because we thought most projects were 2 weeks at a time. But at Christmas time, you don't want to be traveling and meeting someone right before Christmas, complete strangers. So we booked in for a month, and it was incredible. I mean, we speak to these people. We speak to them like we speak to our family and friends at the moment. So the phone's constantly going like, "Oh, where are you guys? How are you doing?"
So lovely, isn't it? Friends for life, really.
Definitely.
You'll be going back and doing it again another year, following the same route.
Yeah, and well, that's the difficult thing, because we so badly want to go back to all these people we've already met, but at the same time, we also want to go and meet new people.
Actually, that leads me on, because I was thinking about the future. Obviously, we don't know how long lockdown is going to last in particular countries, but what is your hope or your timescale for future travel?
No time scale. We just we're taking it as it comes at the moment. Obviously we'd love to get back on the road, and we'd like to continue doing what we're doing as soon as we can, but at the moment we're safe. We've got all our needs met, and we're just grateful for that. But as soon as it's safe to do so and we're able to travel and the borders are open again, we'll look at starting it up again.
So exciting. You have to stay in touch. I will share your blog with everybody, because I'm sure there'll be so many families who'll probably be wanting to plan something like you've done for the future, because it's such a great opportunity for
I highly recommend it. And also, I think with the age of our kids, there's so many people. I mean, before we started out, I found so many blogs, kids, very few to do with traveling with kids of our age. It can be trying, I'm not going to lie. it's teenagers. We were in a caravan. You can imagine it. There's no rooms to run away to. The only door you could slam was the toilet door, and you couldn't stay in there for very long. But it is so rewarding, and to see how our three have grown over this year, yeah, it's been incredible. So I highly recommend it.
Set them up for life. Good work ethic and life skills, right?
That's what we were hoping for.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
It's
really
an absolute
nice
pleasure.
to catch up. Can't wait to see you when you come back. You might come back to St Albans one day.
Yeah, we'll bring the caravan and invite you around. Oh, that's the one thing. Our middle son is now over 6 foot. Our caravan's currently in France, and we're just thinking when we do get back to it, we don't think he's going to fit in his bed anymore. So that's the next challenge.
Oh, crikey, you have to cut a hole out and add a little box on the end.
Yeah, well, that's what my husband's been talking about.
Oh, well, have a lovely day, and I'll catch you soon.
Oh, likewise. Cheers, Susie.
Bye.
Bye.